When Amanda realized she was pregnant, she tried to hide this truth from everyone, including her family. With the help of Amma and Ugo, she attempted to terminate the pregnancy, but to no avail. Eventually, her mother noticed the situation and confronted her. Initially, Amanda denied it, but later she had to confess the truth. Once living in a small village nestled in the embrace of nature, Amanda shone like a star in her community. Known as the beloved only child of loving parents, she grew up amidst the rustic charm of the village. Her father, a diligent farmer, and her mother, a skilled weaver, enchanted the village with their craft. Amanda, adored not only for her appearance but also for her kindness, was a familiar sight by the stream where the village youth played. Travelers passing through the village couldn't help but notice her, often leaving her gifts, money, and trinkets, seemingly captivated by her grace. Her parents treated her like royalty, dreaming of a future where she would find a love as splendid as her. Though Amanda's life was simple, it was filled with warmth and abundance. She assisted her mother in weaving and occasionally helped her father in the fields. Little did anyone in the village know, Amanda's life was about to take a turn and venture into the mysterious paths of life. Not far from where Amanda resided, in the same village, lived two girls named Amma and Ugo. Hailing from the wealthiest families in the village, they commanded respect for their personalities. Clad in opulent attire and possessing luxuries beyond the imagination of other girls, they remained aloof from forming friendships with others, considering themselves superior. When Amanda turned 15, her beauty became even more enchanting. One day, in the village, Amma and Ugo were sitting by the riverside, laughing and chatting. As Amanda came to fetch water, she greeted them politely, preparing to take the water. Amma and Ugo asked her if they could be friends, filling Amanda's heart with happiness at this unexpected friendship offer. She couldn't believe that the most respected girls in the village wanted to be friends with her. Excitedly, she rushed home to share this news with her mother. Her mother, wise and thoughtful, listened to Amanda's excited story, smiling but also issuing a warning. While making new friends was a wonderful thing, she cautioned Amanda to be careful. She emphasized that Amanda didn't possess what they had and that they might try to change her. Despite the allure of this new world, Amanda was determined to remain true to herself and her values. However, the opportunity to be friends with Amma and Ugo excited her so much that she began spending most of her time with them. They went out together, played games, and explored the village. Amanda's life began to change as she stepped into a new world with her new friends. With each passing day, she found herself increasingly immersed in their lives. She sparkled within the realm of wealth, yet perhaps not as brightly as it seemed. This marked a new chapter in Amanda's life, one she never envisioned. Becoming close friends with Amma and Ugo, they heard of a grand festival nearby. Eager to seize this opportunity, Amma and Ugo convinced Amanda to join them. Initially hesitant, the idea of attending a festival in another village seemed daunting to Amanda, as she considered her parents' expectations and the simple life she was accustomed to. However, Amma and Ugo persuaded her by painting a picture of excitement and fun awaiting her. Reminded that she could make her own choices and didn't have to tell her family everything, Amanda's hesitation turned into curiosity, and she eventually agreed. Attending such a large event without her family for the first time, Amanda drew the attention of many men with her beauty. Initially reluctant to engage with them, Amma and Ugo encouraged her, telling her she could have whatever she wanted with her beauty and appearance. The prince took an interest in Amanda, and they got along well. He noticed that Amanda's life was different from her village and was drawn to her. The festival prompted changes in Amanda's behavior as she began to exhibit signs of arrogance and self-assuredness. However, this also led her away from her simple and humble beginnings. Amanda changed with a sense of arrogance and started going out without informing her family. This escalated to a point where she even began to disregard the village elders. On her 16th birthday, the villagers celebrated her beauty and she received many gifts. However, there was a man named Chima who started showing interest in Amanda and began spending a lot of time with her. Amanda's family began to suspect Chima's frequent visits and tried to warn her to stay away. However, consumed by her arrogance, she disregarded the warnings. She told her parents that she was now a grown woman, capable of making her own decisions. One warm afternoon, Chima came to visit and took Amanda to his house away from her parents' home. They spent time together and got along well. However, everything changed that day. Amanda realized she was pregnant and tried to hide this fact from everyone. With the help of her parents and Amma and Ugo, she attempted to terminate the pregnancy, but their efforts were in vain. Eventually, her mother noticed, and she was confronted. Initially denying it, Amanda had to confess when her family discovered the truth. They were disappointed, and the villagers who once admired Amanda stopped bringing gifts. Amanda felt ashamed and lost. She tried to reach out to Chima, but when her parents and Amanda went to confront him at his house, he preferred not to see her. Learning that Chima had left the village, Amanda felt betrayed and was left alone. Amma and Ugo also turned their backs on her, stating that they had no interest in her pregnancy. Once the pearl of the village, Amanda now faced difficult times. She had to live with the consequences of her choices, far from the simple and joyful life she once knew. The news of her pregnancy quickly spread throughout the village. Once surrounded by friends and admirers, Amanda found herself isolated from the celebratory community. Each birthday now seemed cold and distant. The love and admiration she once received had turned into judgment and gossip. Chima, the father of her child, had abandoned her and left the village. Amanda felt deeply betrayed by him. She had trusted him and believed in his promises, but he was nowhere to be found when she needed him the most. The realization that he wouldn't be there for her or their child was heart-wrenching. Additionally, Amanda felt betrayed by her friends, Amma and Ugo. They had been her companions on the journey, but now they refused to intervene. They turned their backs on her, stating that they had no interest in her pregnancy, avoiding being associated with her and opting to abandon her. Pregnancy exacerbated her pain and loneliness. Amanda had to confront her reality, becoming a young mother without the support of her child's father and in a society that no longer looked at her the same way. Respect and admiration she once had were replaced by judgment and isolation. This marks the end of Amanda's story. The story teaches us some simple yet important lessons. Firstly, it shows how our choices can change our lives and emphasizes the need to think carefully before making decisions. It also illustrates how those we spend time with can influence us in ways we may not desire. It reminds us that every action has consequences, and dealing with those consequences can sometimes be difficult. It teaches us that what truly matters is not just our outward appearance or popularity, but who we are on the inside. Amanda's story shows us that no matter how many mistakes we make, we always have a chance to start over and make things right. It's about learning from our mistakes and remembering what truly matters in life. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, please subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on similar stories that impart valuable lessons. Until we meet again, farewell.